I deleted your med school application, my sister texted. The dean called minutes later. Portal tracking caught everything. I got a full scholarship. Her acceptance was revoked and she was blacklisted. I stared at my phone at 6 a.m. still in bed, still in the hoodie I'd fallen asleep in. My first thought was that it was a joke. My second thought was that nothing about my sister had ever been a joke. 4 years, a 3.9 GPA in biochem, 2,000 hours at a free clinic in a part of town most of my classmates had never driven through. A thesis my professor submitted to a journal without telling me first. I'd applied to 11 schools, spent 8 months on those applications, rewrote my personal statement 14 times. I'd checked the portal the night before. Everything was submitted. Everything was green. Now my phone said withdrawn. My sister had always treated my success like a personal insult. When I got into the honors program, she stopped coming to family dinners. When I got my MCAT score, she texted me a single thumbs up and didn't speak to me for 3 weeks. Our whole lives, she'd positioned herself as the one who was going to make it, and for a long time, everyone believed her. She had the confidence, the charm, the ability to walk into a room and make people feel like they'd been waiting for her. What she didn't have was the discipline to sit in a library until midnight every night for 4 years straight. She'd been in a pre-med Discord server. I didn't know that then, but I found out later. A group of students who'd convinced themselves that sabotaging other applicants was just leveling the playing field. They shared login strategies, compared notes on security question vulnerabilities, celebrated when someone's application disappeared. She'd picked my account apart over months. Every security question I'd ever set pulled from things she already knew. Our childhood street, our first dog's name, a birthday I'd mentioned in a caption years ago. She wasn't guessing, she was working from memory. What she didn't account for was that every medical school portal logs everything, not just logins. Every click, every action, every IP address, every device fingerprint. She'd used the laptop at our parents' house, the same one sitting on the kitchen counter I'd walked past 100 times at Thanksgiving, a machine I'd never once used to access my applications. The dean at my first choice school called me at 7:14 a.m. I almost didn't pick up. I didn't recognize the number and I was sitting on my kitchen floor at that point, back against the cabinet trying to figure out if I was going to be sick. He introduced himself and asked if I had a few minutes. I said yes. He walked me through what their security system had flagged, the unauthorized access, the IP mismatch, the device discrepancy, the timestamps. He told me my application had never actually been withdrawn on their end. The moment the system detected anomalous access, it had frozen the application in place and escalated it internally. He said it so calmly, like it was a routine thing, like people tried to destroy their siblings' futures every day. Then he said, "We'd like to offer you admission, and we'd like to offer you a full merit scholarship." I didn't say anything for a few seconds. He asked if I was still there. I said yes. I just needed a moment. What came next, I didn't find out until later that day. The Discord server my sister ran had been flagged months earlier by 2 other applicants who'd noticed their accounts behaving strangely. The schools had been quietly cooperating with each other, building a picture. My sister wasn't the only one. There were 6 people in that group who'd successfully tampered with other students' applications. She was the only one stupid enough to target her own sibling using a family computer on the same home network our parents paid for. She'd also applied to the same school's physician assistant program. She wasn't applying to medical school at all. She'd never been my competition. She'd been competing with the idea of me, with the version of me she'd built up in her head that she needed to tear down. Her PA acceptance was pulled that afternoon pending the investigation. She called me 4 times before noon. I let all 4 go to voicemail. The certified letter came 3 days later. Full merit scholarship, 4 years, my name in that clean institutional font across the top of the page. I thought about calling her, thought about what I would even say, settled on nothing. Some conversations don't have a version where you come out feeling better. I played her voicemails that night, all 4 of them. The first 2 were angry, her voice doing that thing it does when she thinks volume is the same as being right. The third one cracked a little. The fourth one was quiet in a way I'd never heard from her before. I listened to all 4. Then I deleted them and I started packing for Baltimore.